So, this time instead of playing a game, I've decided to do something about a game. We are going to be ranking the different characters for Grand Cross, since quite a few new ones came out. I have my buddy and fellow Wiggler here, Wiggler Warrior.
Shameless channel plug.
And so we are going to be ranking all these fuckers. So we are for our tiers we have S, A, B, C, and D. Just keeping it simple. So let's start off with Red Eskenor.
I think the problem with him is that he is not a self-sustaining amplifier. You need like Arthur or
Margaret, yeah.
yeah.
Like he does start out with a buff, so he has that for like I think 3 turns, but then other than that he can't sustain himself.
Besides, like units that use amplify, they can't do much off of one buff. So
Yeah.
if he's alone, pretty bad.
I'll put
Also, quick question: do we want to take holy relics into account?
mm,
Because
that's a
he
good
does
point.
get a bit of a boost with the holy relic. I think he's still at mid because we should also figure that a significant majority of players aren't going to have holy relics.
Yeah, since we aren't whales like most of the other people that do these, we're probably going to do this
Yeah.
from a free to play or relatively free to play perspective. So yeah, I'd say he's B tier. If you got his holy relic, I'd say he'd still remain B tier because
Yeah.
like he's overshadowed by the other two Eskenors, and like I said, without the self-sustaining buffs, he really can't do much.
Did you know that Eskenor is the same voice actor as young Joseph Joestar in Part
I
2?
did not know that. That is interesting trivia.
And then another little fun tidbit, if I had a nickel for every time I watched an anime where Hiroyuki Sawano did the soundtrack and Yuki Kaji played the protagonist, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
I do know that Meliodas' English voice actor is also the one who voices your favorite anime character of all time.
I'm not going to get into that, but Yuki Kaji voices Meliodas and Eren Yeager in Attack on Titan.
Yeah, well, his English voice actor also voices Kirito.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I
Alrighty.
don't hear it.
Alrighty. Speaking of Meliodas, Green Demon Meliodas. So,
He's, I mean, his passive
his passive is good if for like ult
potential.
rushing, but
Like, imagine like the entire enemy party is full. Like, did it happen more than once in a fight, or no?
I think so.
So if like the entire enemy party is full, then he could just ult the hell out of all of them.
Yeah. And like I've seen other things where like he seems to do a lot of damage um in PvP, but it's like I could never really get him to do that. I do know he's good for Belmoth.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I'd
Um,
say B tier along with Red Escanor.
Ready?
All right, Red New Year's Elizabeth. She,
She got that debuff cleanse that doesn't even heal.
I'm just putting her there. Yeah, she clears debuffs and then has a normal attack card. It's like it does not do anything. So yeah, immediate D tier.
What's her passive?
Um, I don't remember what her passive is.
I'm gonna look it up.
Uh, Here I can pull up database.
Um,
I do know that either way she is kind of a terrible unit.
yeah, like no matter how you slice it, she's bad, but I just want to know her passive. All right, here we are. Under. Increases allies' recovery rate by 10% every time the hero heals allies' HP. But she doesn't
Yeah,
heal.
she does. Her
Oh,
cleanse card
oh,
does heal. It's like Blue King's cleanse card.
oh, so her
I think it is at least.
so I'm looking at her card. It removes debuffs, increases defense related stats, and provides debuff immunity.
So she doesn't heal. What the hell? Wait, I think her other
Her, her,
card it
her ult,
I think it does despair.
her ult heals though.
Oh, her ult. Okay. Yeah, still
When
pretty still a pretty garbage unit.
her her attack card heals the lowest.
Oh, okay.
HP.
Eh. Still, its recovery rate. That's
Yeah,
not that good.
bueno.
Yeah. All right. Blue SSR Blue
Mm,
Best Girl.
yeah, like
She
you know what? It's
she
Jericho
automatic
S
she
tier.
automatically gets above C tier. I am going to put her at B tier though because she does have some interesting stuff where she has an explosion card.
Oh, and her passive has potential.
Yeah, for critical strike occurs
Um,
from an ally's skill use against an enemy, each ally's crit chance is increased by 5%. That is pretty
so
good.
if,
And her
yeah,
other card actually does have um, something that could be useful where it decreases HP related, not just HP, but HP related stats.
yeah. So healing and everything.
And that would also, she's blue against Bon.
Oh yeah,
So that she would basically work for making him deal less damage.
so she's not meta, but
She
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 has
could have
potential
some
to be
uses.
useful.
Red Molascula.
I put her at A because she's an incredible support unit with that basically invincible revive.
Yeah, but then at the same time, if she dies though, then that buff does go away.
Yeah, protecting her becomes a priority, but still, I think that's
Yeah, I have seen some
insanely
stuff
useful.
of her with Goddess Liz, basically like having a double revive essentially.
Oh,
I know.
yeah, man.
So yeah, I'll say A tier.
Yeah,
Red
that's pretty good,
Red
bro.
King. He has explosion. There's just nothing really to
That's
him
it.
though. Same with Red Galland. He just has nothing really to him.
Gallon. Is that the Amplify Gallon or is that a different Gallon?
Amplify Galland is Blue Galland.
Okay, let me look at Gallon really quickly.
All right, I'll
Red Gallon. You said Red Gallon, right?
yeah.
Armor break. Think attribute heroes ignore 30% of defense.
So he is essentially the one's holy relic.
Yeah.
But you have to waste a character slot
Cool.
on him, and his actual
Yeah,
attacks aren't the greatest.
it's for red units only.
Mm-hmm.
Eren Yeager.
All right, so SR Aaron. He has Red Derriere's buff card,
Oh, did not know that.
and he has a cancel stance card.
That could be useful, but
His ult is Shatter, and his unique is increases the hero's damage dealt against an enemy of unknown race by 30%.
okay, having watched Attack on Titan, that's kind of funny.
I have not watched it, so I do not get the reference.
Ethnically cleanse.
Oh.
Wants to ethnically cleanse the Titans.
I don't know if that's allowed to be said on YouTube, but D. All right.
It's it's at least at the start. He wants to wipe out all the Titans.
Okay. All right. Green Aaron. He's a transformation unit.
Well, like his transformation form is freaking strong.
Yeah, his transformation form has amplify,
Yeah.
and he actually technically was the first dual race character.
So
He's human, and then when he transforms, he's giant.
in transformation for 5 turns, increasing attack related stats, defense related stats, and it basically increases all stats 10%.
And yeah, he has amplify and then deplete ultimate gauge.
Roar, immune to ultimate move disable. Am. He's completely immune to ult move disable.
Yeah, and his passive increases damage dealt by 10% for every orb filled in the hero's ultimate gauge. I wish I drew him. I am putting him at B tier though. Because like, while he is good, he once again does not have self-sustaining.
Oh, so sorry. So the one I read was only in his Titan form. He's immune
Yeah,
to ult move disable only in his Titan.
but once again,
Protective
he
heart.
isn't self-sustaining though.
Oh, so his protective heart thing is basically Jericho Red Best Girl's attack card.
Mm-hmm.
Increases damage dealt by 10% for every orb in the His overgauge. Gauge.
Yeah, it's essentially detonate.
Oh, it's actually Gother's. Actually, Fest Gother's attack card. It's
You're right.
every
Yeah.
orb in his own. Well, he seems good.
He seems
I think
decent, but I wouldn't put him above B tier.
I don't think he can compete in current
Yeah.
meta.
Next is
Oh, though.
Levi. He does Spike and
I'm
Despair.
gonna look at Levi.
His ult
I can just.
cancels buffs and stances, and his unique, attacking the enemy with the lowest percentage of HP results in a critical strike.
So it's guaranteed crit.
For
Oh shit.
basically bully the weakest character on your opponent's team.
And then I will exterminate them. That's ×2 crit damage increase.
Mm-hmm.
If you spike a low health unit,
It's essentially just like Red Shin.
yeah. God damn. Okay.
I'll put him at B tier.
Um, his ult cancels buffs and stances.
Yeah, I'll keep him at B tier because he could have potential, but actually, I'm going to put him at C because he has potential against the weakest characters on your opponent's team. So, like if it's Bond Team Twigo.
Yeah. And I don't even think it's that. It's just you only need to attack the character with the lowest HP. And I think is that based on percentage or
Actually, wait, is
numbers?
it lowest Yeah, I think it's lowest percent being like if they have 30% of their HP left. So whoever's taking the most damage, that might actually.
That's it's. I'm reading its lowest percentage of HP.
Then yeah, B tier.
That's pretty
That is
good.
very good.
Pretty good. All right now
Blue small
he
Deanne.
put Blue Deanne between the other collab
I
characters.
know. All right, so Blue Deanne. She has Rupture, which is 2 times damage against buffed enemies, and disable buff and
And
debuff. And then her ult is a Pierce ult.
there's
Her unique is increases the hero's crit chance by the value of the hero's crit resistance at the start of the battle.
why do I think isn't that like Awakened Valenti's?
No, hers is. Wait, isn't that? You're right. Huh.
It's very similar.
Yeah. I think it increases her Pierce and other things, though, too. Uh, what is her crit damage, even?
Who's
Blue Deanne, because, like, if she doesn't have good crit damage, what's the use in
it's 140.
D?
Yeah.
Alright, I have no idea what this character's name is, because. What?
Mikasa.
Mikasa?
Good.
Okay. Because, once again, I have not watched Attack on Titan.
She's I don't want to spoil it. No, I'm not gonna get into spoilers, but she's like one of the stronger characters.
Okay.
Right, so her passive is versatility, increases all stats of the hero by 3% for each ally that takes damage.
Is there a max to that? Hmm.
And
Okay, so max of 30%.
that's
And her
30.
attacks.
So it's
Oh, her ult does have secret technique.
really?
Yeah. And she does bleed. And.
Are you sure?
Wait,
Doing
no,
the
never
same thing?
mind. Not her ult.
Oh,
It's
so
just her normal attack.
her normal
And
attack
then she has Gallon's
is
ult.
force mode, yeah.
Assault mode has the AoE version.
Yeah.
Huh. But the secret technique is interesting. Because that increases her attack by 20% per skill of hers you have.
hmm And then I think her passive is pretty
I'll
good.
put her at B tier. It's funny how all three of them ended up in B tier. Red Esterosa,
Yeah.
D. Not even
And
going to
then,
discuss it.
oh, if you run them with like Kyo
Okay,
or
C.
yeah, it's like a S, S,
I know you like
S,
Esterosa, but
S, dude. He's so green. You have to acknowledge green though. Dude, he's green. Esterosa is so good.
compared to the other stance units in the game now, though, like
He
Chandler,
is so good.
Terry, I'll give you A.
No, but dude, his passive.
His passive just buffs the other stance units. I can't give him above
No,
A.
it gives them debuff immunity.
I will put yeah debuff immunity. I will put him at the top of B.
No, 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 A. I'll meet you in the middle at
Okay.
A.
Green Monspee.
Yeah, his passive is
If
interesting.
you run him with Kyo, yeah,
Yeah,
but eh,
weak point and increases damage by 100% against the ignited enemy, and
he would be good. He's an older unit, so his stats just aren't the best.
yeah,
I'm gonna have to put him at C.
but he's broken for that one tower of trial.
Yeah,
That's it.
Red Derriere.
S.
She's not really seen that much in PvP anymore. She is very good for Howlix. I would say
Is so good.
I would say A tier. The,
I'd say for Hallex, she is a must-have.
yes, the only things I'm gonna really put in S tier are things that are more universal. Like they're good for PvE, PvP.
Like Bon or
Mm-hmm.
Trainer.
Green Derriere. She is good for Howlix, but as from what I've seen, there are much, much, much better units you could have.
Hallex. You talking about
No,
Hallex
not
or
Howlix.
you mean
Belmoth, yeah.
Belmoth? I mean, like, she isn't she good for like ult control?
If you pair her with like what's his name? Monspee, both of them it's not good for ult control, it's just good for your opponent just not gaining ult essentially. Because
Hmm.
they don't gain ult from moving cards or from using cards.
Yeah. It's like imagine if you could like stack commandments and you just put Aces Zeldras with
Uh huh.
Monspeeds. Like it just can't ult.
I'm gonna have to put her at C because like she's good for Belmoth, but there are much better characters you could use.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Lost Vein.
Rostavine. You, what do you think? I think he's still like really good. He's just not as
He is
didn't he's not meta
he is good
breaking
for a
like when he first,
Howlix, and he is still semi good in PvP because like if you ult rush him,
or if he gets crit because like
mm-hmm.
crit damage is a huge. But if he gets crit, then like he just
I think
hits
I'd leave him
harder.
up at A tier. Blue Arthur D. He
The
crits a lot, but it's still not a lot.
when you see Blue Arthur's stuff,
It's just mainly crit based stuff. He's just not that good though. I remember back when he first came out.
damage for each orb. And here's ult gauge and 50 when he's so he gets 90% crit damage by having full ult gauge. But his attack cards are just kind of
Yeah.
garbage. He has a gold stun and disables attack skills AoE, but it only works on silver.
Yeah.
Okay. Decreases all enemy's defense related stats by 20% for one turn for the ally's turn. Holy Relic decreases all defense related stats by 20% for one turn. Start of the ally's turn.
Yeah. I'd keep him
Good
there.
Holy Relic would be just not
Yeah.
that good.
Alright. Mono, red mono. She does bleed. For ult is bleed. She has a poison attack card and a sever attack card. Her unique is interesting because like if you were to pair her with like Demon Hendrickson and where is he? Small Wings King, she increases her damage dealt by 50% when attacking enemies for each bleeding, poison, or shock debuff.
Huh.
So,
It's
so yeah, those
nice.
three together, it would essentially increase her damage by 150%.
Yeah, but then again, you need to run. That's kind of like a ultra specific
Yeah,
team.
and Like King,
But she has
he is good
potential.
for ult rushing, but yeah, she does have potential. By herself though, like she has to run one of the kind of worst teams out there, being
Yeah.
but
Especially considering that you could just AoE cleanse with like Margaret.
yeah. For Demon Hendrickson,
I'd put him with mono.
I don't know because like his passive is kind of good. It increases damage of debuff attacks, which like if you pair that with Lolly Merlin, she does have a debuff attack. That is fairly good.
It's true, but still, he's just.
Yeah, I'm gonna put King with them too. Like he does have a good ult and everything, but
I think King is probably. Would you say he's the worst festival unit?
probably to be
Because
honest,
like you,
like
he's like you need such a specific team for him to function.
like Kusak, he doesn't deserve to be a festival unit, but he's still better.
Yeah.
All right, next is Blue Easton,
He has an attack stats buff and a ult rush attack.
and
Right?
her
Or
ultimate is
regular attack stats.
Spike, and her unique is increase the hero's basic stats by 5% for each buff on allies and enemies.
Hmm.
And her holy relic is increase the hero's attack by 10% of all enemies attack in PvP.
Oh wow. It's not
She's
bad.
not bad,
Not half bad.
but can't put her above C. Same with Blue Brawler Bond.
Yeah.
He's good. He's the best of the Brawler Bonds. Like his
But
holy
then like a
relic
brawler bond just
is fairly good, but yeah. Same with well, not same with, but yeah. If you really whale this guy out, he can be up here, but nah, just
this ain't a
yeah,
whale
this
to
ain't
us.
whale to us, so he stays down here.
Green
Red
frog.
Elaine,
Green frog.
nope, nope.
Green frog
I will put
sucks.
Zenari up here though.
Wait, let me look at Jenna.
I'm pretty sure Jenna's pretty much just garbage.
I just want to know if yeah,
Yeah, she
and here
infects, cancels stances, inflicts break damage, which is 2 times against stance to enemies, and then only one debuff can be on her at a time, and it increases her attack by 20%. She's not really even an attack unit unless you're going up against like a stance team.
like
Yeah.
Esterosa.
So yeah, I'll put her at C because like if another stance unit comes out that's like a festival stance. Actually, she could be fairly good against Terry though too because she is blue as well.
Zenari. Zenari is good for
Belmoth, hell, Belmoth.
Smellman.
Because she has the
Yeah.
cleanse, so yeah, I will keep her at B. Blue Zeldras, his whole thing is crit based, but he
Blue-
never crits.
He is pretty good for like
I think I'll leave him
PvE.
at C though, to be honest.
Pretty good for like the that one really annoying giant fight in the training grotto. He is insanely good.
Huh. Yeah,
Other
I'll
than
leave him at
that,
C because he does have a use. All these characters just don't even have a use. Red Zeldras, he has uses, but he does find
he's
him
good for
way he does find his way into some teams.
he's good for ult
Yeah.
control. His passive is interesting. Increases allies' basic stats by each ally or and by 6% for each ally or enemy with a
He
commander.
has kind of been knocked down a peg though, so I won't put him in D, but I'll keep him in C. Red Glucksenia.
I mean, he is also kind of like
Yeah, I'll put him in D.
doesn't do much.
Zaratros. I'll put him in B tier because once again,
Actually,
he is Mr. Bing Chilling. He
Interesting.
is once again very good for Belmoth. But outside of Belmont, like I really do want to get his Holy Relic, to be honest, because his Holy Relic basically allows you to take his passive into PvP. Which, if he does that good in Belmoth, it's like. But once again, those are hard to get. Green
Yeah.
Shin, I will put in B tier because,
Or you were simping for Green Shin not too long ago.
sir, that was Red Shin. Red Shin will be A tier because
No, but I'm like you were talking about getting Holy Relic.
yeah, that was more for using Red Shin because he's good for both
Yeah.
PVE and PvP. He is mainly just good for PvE
But I also remember you used Shin for a Bond team
because yeah,
because
he was good for the Bond team,
he's
but
like in team rank up.
yeah, but he's just so squishy that he just dies very quickly. Red Roxy, D. Actually, I have seen that she has gotten some use lately. So I'll keep her at C. Green Fat King.
Um,
Athena.
Kyo.
Athena. I'll
Athena's really
yeah, I'll keep
mid.
her at C. Kyo.
Dude, Kyo. Yes.
This guy is tough because like he has been very dethroned lately with the introduction of the new giant and with the with the
Guardian.
introduction of these two right here, he has kind of been dethroned because immune to ignites makes your entire team immune to ignites, and this one just straight up gets stronger when she's debuffed.
So like
I would put him at
in
S tier before, but now, gotta be honest with you, I'll put him at the
B.
top of B. So he's like right in between. He's right in between A and B.
Dude, if you combine him with like Zeldras, like Executioner
That's
Zeldras,
true.
dude,
That
it's
is
so
true.
annoying.
I really want to. I
So
really want to try
annoying.
these two together. Like I don't have Kyo, but I really want to do these two together. So yeah, I'll keep him at A. My,
Imagine imagine Kyoshin and
I
Executioner
know
Zeldras passive.
that would be very good.
My
My, she is not
Kyoshin.
streamer friend. She's not stream friendly, but
I
I'll put her.
I not safe for work movie.
What?
My not safe for
Yes,
work.
but I will put her in A tier because like if you give her like with Margaret, she is also a self-sustaining amplify character. Like her with Margaret, she has AOE amplify. That is very good.
Dude, that's so nice. Right now we're at
Rugal.
mm, Omega Rugal.
I will put him in B because Pierce has to make a comeback with Trader. So
Yeah,
yeah, I'll keep him in B.
yeah. Like I saw the Trader Rugal Lilia
Mm-hmm.
teams.
Green Gother, we have our first S tier. He is just good all around.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah,
Lumatrona, she has some
yeah.
uses, but it's like she like has
Let
one
me see.
use, so I'll put her in D.
Let me see what she does. Um, there you are. Increases giant ally stats by
Ooh,
25%.
I will move her up to C because imagine her with
Ex-
the new giant.
Excludes PvP though.
Back down to D.
Yep.
All right, Camilla, another transformation unit. She,
Camilla hasn't got a new unit since she
I
was
know, like
introduced.
she's the only catastrophe to only have one unit.
Yeah.
I think it's because they kind of want to go away from the transformation units, but I really do like the transformation units personally. I will put her up right next to the other transformation unit in B tier because when she is in her transformed mode, she does a lot of crit damage.
Yeah. Remember the boss fight, bro?
Mm-hmm.
That's wild. Hawk. We need to create a new tier below D for Hawk.
As
No,
a unit,
speak
though,
of Hawk. No,
during festivals,
we will not.
this man is good for Howlix. I mean, not Howlix.
We
He's
will
good for
not.
Belmoth.
We will not rank Hawk objectively. No, no. I will say every banned word and get this video
I will put him
demonetized.
in D because outside of festival or outside of like celebrations, he's useless.
Yeah. I want to put her at S because
Well,
one of the most
she is
toxic
very
units to fight
toxic,
against.
but with the introduction of Trader Melee, it just takes an extra turn to kill something. So I will put her at the top of A tier.
Right, that's fair. That's fair.
Red Deanne.
In the end, can help him. I cannot remember what he does. What does
Let's
Green
take a
Helmet
look.
do?
I'm pretty sure he's trash though.
At death score, heals for 100% of defense. So he's like a goddess. Is free revive.
What?
He gets a free revive once per battle.
Yeah, but that only works on him though, and like,
Oh, it's
and the rest of his like skills and stuff, kind of garbage.
got an attack buff.
Oh wait, it's that Hellbrom. Never mind. Yeah, I'll put him at C because he is good for Belmoth then.
Yeah.
Red Oslo Hawk. Decrease attack, deplete ult gauge, and then expel. And his passive is increases the hero's ult move gauge by the number of orbs depleted from the enemy's ult move gauge. This,
The Shadow Realm.
yes, the Shadow Realm character. This guy was the global first character, but he doesn't. He has an interesting ult, so I'll give him that, and I'll keep him at C. Blue Fraudrin. I'll be generous and give him B tier because of his passive.
He's so good. It's like you gotta kill him immediately, and that's really bad for like
That is
CC
true.
and stuff. But, like for ult rushing, like Trader or Demon or even
Even
Lost Vein.
Vaughn.
It's like rushing ults in general. He's so
Mm-hmm.
good.
Yeah, I'll keep him at B tier.
I thought might be because he's like a god tier support unit, but it's like you gotta kill him
I
for
will
it to
put
work.
both Drolls actually in B tier because both of them are very good for Amplify units.
Blue Droll though, I'd put him at A.
Yeah,
Blue Droll is
I'll put
so
Blue Droll
good.
up at A, but I'll keep Green Droll down at B.
Yeah, that's
I'm
fair.
gonna
That's fair.
talk about Bellion.
Blue Droll. We'll
We're
talk
not even
about
gonna talk about
Bellion.
him. He just goes into D.
Bellion more like
And
Smellion.
then regular Ludociel.
You see, that's tough because you gotta whale the absolute crap out of him for
And
him
this
to
is
be
not
good.
a whale. This is from.
So I put him at
Yeah.
C. His passive is like hardly
Guh.
useful too.
I can never pronounce her name, so it's just Guh.
I just say
Gearhead,
Gearhead.
I like it.
Well, apparently she's really good for
Oh, really?
Belloc.
In that case, I'll put her at B.
Yeah. Let me take a look. So she has cancels. Oh, she has a stance cancel.
Ah.
That's why. That's why she's so good
But
for Belloc.
nowadays, it's pretty much Belmoth doesn't even get to use an attack, so I will put her at C.
She has stance cancel heal that also gives ult orb. There's a cancel buff and stance ult. Heals allies by 1% of max HP for every one orb in allies' ultimate move gauge at the
Oops.
end of the allies' turn.
Okay, good. It didn't reset.
So at most, she can give you a 5% heal.
So, yeah,
The end
I'm
of
keeping her
the
at C.
Garbo.
Blue
A
Hellborn.
random Christmas Hellborn, if
I
I'm
do
not
believe he was a
mistaken.
Christmas unit, yes.
Magic Connection increases HP related stats 5% per each surviving ally. So at most, you get a 15% boost
And
to
he
all
has
HP
Lifesteal,
stats.
removes debuffs, and then cancels buffs and stances.
Again, another.
Absolute garbage
Oh no,
unit.
it is a heal card though, so it's
Nah. Blue
yeah,
Hendrickson,
bad. D.
he's good when you like first start out in the game. Like he's good for PvE, but anything else.
He was actually my second ever.
Same with me
Sorry.
actually. My first ever was Blue Brawler Bond.
Me, my first one was blue
And
Liz, blue
Yeah,
regular
and then
Elizabeth.
after Hendrickson, you got green
I
Eskenor
got Hendrickson.
and pissed me off.
Fucking green Eskenor day one. Green Eskenor day one,
Red
bro.
Lilia.
Same ad. Red Lily. She's
She's
tight.
okay.
Her only real use is
I'll put it C.
the King team.
Sariel. Yeah.
S. His freaking
His
grace.
grace, link it to practically any meta unit and you're golden.
Also, I put Tarmiel at S because
I will put him next to Goddess Liz because
dude, I run Tarmiel now, dude. His passive is insane.
like I said, I will keep him at A tier, but I won't put him at S because he just isn't that good as for like attacking himself. Like he's good for ult rush, but other than that, not much.
But actually,
What?
you know what's weird? If you got a full goddess team, he hits like a freaking semi.
Yeah, but once again, just like with King, that's a very specific team, though.
It's goddesses. Like specifically, like if you just really need you just need Margaret and he hits like a freaking monster truck.
Okay, I will keep him up there then.
And his grace, if you give it to like
Pretty
Rosa
much, you
or
give his grace to your
Cole,
support units so that they can stay alive.
yeah, his grace is so good.
Full wings
Alrighty,
Elaine.
who's next?
Yeah,
Garbo.
she's King Team support that came out after King Team died. Green
Garbo.
Roxy.
Next is, you see, I think she's still really good.
I will put her at A tier. Her Holy Relic would put her at S tier, but
To
yeah.
say no. They will.
Red Jericho, I will put at B tier.
She's good for PvE.
Yes. The one I will put in A tier.
What?
Trust me, man, that hurts for me to do because the one I did not want to admit that he was no longer the top tier unit. He is such a good unit.
You put Tommy
He's such a good unit, but he's just not cracking up to what the other current meta units.
I missed it. I was looking at the database. When did you put Tarmiel at S?
Oh, like right before we moved on to the next character.
What was your reasoning?
The Grace and when he's like with Margaret, that's not really hyper specific. So
Also, do you know his
I
passive?
don't remember. I know it has to do with his defense though.
It decreases all enemies' health by 200% of his defense.
Huh. Okay.
If you run full defense gear in like weird PvP, then they lose a
Yeah,
shit
I'll
ton
keep
of
him
health.
at S. Green Arthur. He is very good for PvE. Like he is the most broken character for PvE.
Did you say A or B?
I'd say A, but like bottom of A tier.
Remember, I got the one 5 times. I only got Arthur
Uh-huh.
once. It was kind of fun.
Nanashi, he has
Nanashi.
made a major comeback, or he kind of became good recently because of Trader Melly.
Yeah. Let me look at his stuff specifically.
He has Despair, he has Delete, and his ult move is Derriere's ult move where it's Amplify, and then his passive gives you the 2 buffs if you have 2 or less cards. I'll put him next to Arthur. Red Gill Thunder.
He's mid. Mid or
I'll put him
below.
at C.
Mid.
Green Liz.
You look at his Green Liz. Is it
Yeah.
there for Liz? Elmo, no. She isn't. She's super good for
Yeah.
Elmo. I'd say like
Blue Mono.
Mono is a direct counter, not counter. She is built specifically for final boss Eskenor.
Yeah.
and he has not been back in
I
more
want
than
him
a
to come back.
year.
He's the only final boss I don't have an outfit for.
Now that I'm strong enough to take on onto the final
Mm-hmm.
bosses,
But she
just not
removes
they're
buffs,
just not good.
and level 3 of that one cancels buffs and stances. And then her other one is Seal, which prevents ultimate move from filling up. Her ultimate move is Bleed, and her passive is increases her damage dealt by 30% for each orb in the target's ultimate move gauge. So, detonate. I will put her at C, because she does have a few
Again,
uses.
but our only
Yeah.
real use
Same with
is
Blue Valenti. Her only real use is Final Boss Bon.
Green Easton.
I do not
Green
remember
Easton.
what she does.
Summer Easton increases allies' pierce rate, crit damage, and crit chance by 5% for every debuff on enemies.
And what do her attack cards do?
Uh, Weak point, and then she has a debuff that disables recovery skills, prevents and seals ult gauge.
I
Although
don't
at
remember
level 1
her
it just
ever really
disables
having
recovery.
too many uses, so I'll just keep her down at D. Then
Valentine's
I
Derriere.
will put her at B because, like, with Green Derriere, she does have Amplify, but she is not self-sustaining. She is self-sustaining with Amplify because she has a buff. She can self-buff.
Yeah, whereas this Derriere really
Yeah,
can't.
so I will put her at B. Assault mode, total D.
Alright,
D
here's
tier. We're moving
no,
on.
no, listen here. Oh,
So yeah, Warrior really liked Assault mode. He hates just how much he got screwed over. But I will be
I'm with,
gracious and I
I'm
will
with the
put him
one.
with the
I'm
one.
with the one. Is like assault mode. If they didn't just keep fucking slamming him with units that just counter the hell out of him, and he would have broke
Mm-hmm.
the meta. But like they released a unit here or there that really helped, and then they just released like another three that just freaking
Annihilated him. And then he
gapped
never
him.
got his fifth weapon either.
Like the last good unit for assault mode, I think was
And now
Sigurd.
the new Malaska is good for him.
Yeah, but I mean
Oh, yeah.
before Trader Melee. No, like assault mode's kind of out the window.
Alright.
It's Trader Melee
And we
now.
have this old dude.
His his stance would break the game if it
Yeah.
taunted.
I will
It
put him at
doesn't.
C tier
So
then. Awakened Valenti. I would put I would put her
kind
at
of
B tier because she was good when
the
she
thing.
first came out, but then immediately just kind of got screwed over.
Okay, when was the last time we had a catastrophe banner?
Um,
I think it was Easton.
was it Easton?
It was Awakened Easton was the
Yeah, it
last time we
was.
got a catastrophe. We don't really count Christmas Lilia because that was a
Oh
Christmas
yeah, that's
badge.
right. Christmas Lilia was a thing.
But like the last like true catastrophe banner was Easton of
Yeah,
Authority. And I think that
Red Easton. I will put it C because she is good for Bond team, but she's not meta.
which one? Which ready? Are you talking
Regular Red
Awakened or
Easton.
regular? I don't know what she does. Increases damage. Has taken single target attacks for each catastrophe.
I've seen her in a lot of Bond teams that have done really well because Bond's one real weakness is attack seal, and she cleanses.
Oh, that's true.
Lolly Merlin.
All right.
Screw you, Laz. No. I will put her at S tier. She does belong up there. She is very good, especially
Power
especially for
Strike.
green, especially for Gray Demon. She can hit over 1,000,000 damage during that fight.
Power Strike. It's
Uh
all
huh.
the Power Strike.
Blue Hendrickson.
Who's Slayer?
I would put him. I mean,
It's
Slater. Why
Slater.
did I say
It's
Hendrickson?
Slayer.
Slater.
Why'd you say
Blue Slayer, I would put him down at C tier, but because of his Holy Relic, which isn't actually that hard to get, I would put him at B tier because he is once again very good for Red Demon.
okay.
I will put 11
11.
at B tier. She has Power Strike as well. It is very good. Her AoE
I think it's just
her
because
AoE
she's
is so interesting. It does both. It's essentially both a single target and an AoE attack.
dying because it does more
Yeah,
damage when there are less units.
which I really do like about her. I don't even remember what
Like
Mike does.
her passive though is kind of like eh. It's not very good for her because she does more damage, but she takes a set amount
Yeah,
of damage
that's why I
every
put her
time she
down at
uses
B
a
instead
skill.
of putting her in A. Yeah.
Because of that, Mike, I remember you saying Mike is
No, that's
freaking
Will.
terrible. Yeah, Will. I think we agreed that Will is like the worst unit in the
Yeah,
game.
we'll get to Will though. Mike does Infect. He fills his ultimate gauge and his ultimate cancel buffs and stances, and his passive, if the hero inflicts damage on an enemy using a single target attack, applies an effect which decreases attack related stats by 30% for 2 turns. That's not bad actually.
So it's basically if you hit him,
No, it's if he hits.
if you hit him, it's Esterosa's
No, no,
passive. I'm not passive.
it's if
No, no.
he attacks. It's if he inflicts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so
what
it
I'm
doesn't
saying.
matter if you hit him. So I'll put him up there with 11 at B.
It's basically a free attack lower
Mm-hmm.
with his single target
Will
attack.
D tier.
First unit in
So
the game.
out of every unit down here, no unit in the game is actually a bad unit. They just don't have a use. Will is an actual bad unit because he hinders your team more than helps it. Any of these characters could provide the smallest amount of help. Will hinders your team. He is the worst character in the game. Yes,
Terrible.
very.
Actual
Hopper.
garbage.
I will put him at
Hopper's
A tier because he essentially buffs the attack of collab characters, which
and again that's kind of ultra
these
specific.
two are collabs. I'm putting him here more as speculative because future collabs that come out, he could be very, very good.
I think they need to bring back the Attack on Titan
And,
collab and the
and the
ReZero
slime
collab
collab.
too. The slime collab, dude. How many years has it been since the
I don't
slime
know
collab?
how it's been since I joined. Like I joined like a little bit before it came out.
Netmarble still has the rights to slime because they're making a
Oh, is
gotcha
that by
game for
Netmarble?
slime.
Oh,
Yeah, it should.
huh.
I
I didn't
think
know
it
that.
is.
Beatrice, she's almost a bad character like Will, but
I want to see why
she just does not
too.
crit. Everything about her is based on crit. She doesn't crit.
Spare, lifesteal, and life. She got two lifesteal cards.
Pretty much. Emelia. I will put Emelia up next to Assault Mode and the one.
Amelia's cracked. Her passive is her passive and kit is just cracked.
Rem, I will put at the bottom of
Rem
A
is
tier.
Rem is really good for
Yes.
unknown support. Lies would be
Ram, I
really.
will once again put up at A tier.
Ram is
She is
also like
Amplify, self sustaining.
it's absurdly hard. It's
Yes, she is
absurdly
very
hard.
good. Chandler, definitely A tier.
Himmler,
I'm putting him above Esterosa.
I'm gonna lick my nutsack.
Alright, Executioner
Okay,
Zeldras, I will put with Kyo.
I think pre-buff though, he would be in like C or
Yeah.
D. No, he's super
Blue
good.
Diane,
Gideon,
Red Arthur, I will put up here because not only is he good for Pergbon, he's good for just any humans, any human team. So
Stance
yeah, same
team.
with Stance team. He's just absurdly good tanker essentially.
Ooh, I have an idea for a team.
Oh no.
Arthur, Sigurd.
For your sake,
Right.
I will put Bond down here.
Yeah, okay. Why you mean for my sake? I
You
have him
could not
now.
get him for the longest time, but nah. Bond, he is one of the top 3 units of the game right now. He is definitely S tier. Oslo
Yeah.
Hawk, they were King support way after King team died. Way
Way,
after.
way, way after King.
Blue Lost Vein, I will put
Ooh,
in B. He's good for ult rush, but he doesn't hit as hard as Red Lost Vein with his normal cards.
you put this man at S, dude.
He,
His
I will
passive
put
is
him
so
at the
good.
top of A with like
Dude, his
the.
passive though.
I will put him in this group. His
Passive though, dude. You have to admit the passive is
if you have a
crap.
debuff unit such as like assault mode, yes.
Yeah,
Thornar,
it's like
I will put with
so good.
this essentially right here is
Belmoth. The
yeah,
Belmoth
this
group.
here is pretty much Belmoth team, but then like you like have Green Gother in there with him.
No, Gringo, there's S. Okay, is it just me or like Summer Roxy serves no purpose other than looking
Okay,
thick?
Summer Roxy, I really wish I had drawn for her because I really want to try her with like red or blue Zeldras because like with those two, you could essentially infinitely proc her passive, which her
I have
passive is
her
as soon
for.
as her ult gauge is full, every member of your team gains evasion. So yeah, you
Oh,
could essentially
okay.
spam her passive with the Zeldrases.
Gotcha.
Red Elliehawk. This is an interesting unit.
Her, pa- her passive is really, really
It
weird.
essentially makes it her a tank for the goddess team. I will put her in B tier because she's essentially a tank for the goddess
So,
team.
yeah, she decreases damage taken from all. She decreases allies damage taken from all target attacks by 10% for every goddess hero on the battlefield, and decreases allies damage taken from single target attacks for every unknown hero on the battlefield.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'll put her at B tier for just being goddess support. Green Bond, the best of the nunchuck bonds. I will put him with his unweaponed counterpart. Blue
You got your
Merlin
Merlin for the Cuck
up here,
team.
definitely.
I had to fight a blue Merlin today in PvP. It was
Margaret,
so annoying.
S tier.
S.
She's like the
Roasted.
best support unit, and she even does very decent damage.
Her ult just hits so
It
hard
does.
for some reason.
Kusak, I will put once again at top tier. He hits as hard as the one does, if not harder.
I don't have him. He's the only festival unit I don't have, even though he's not. He shouldn't be
I
considered a
know.
festival
Green
unit.
Ragnarok Deanne, I will put in
Blessing,
B. She really does destroy assault mode, though.
which is it's weird because I've
I've never
like
faced one.
up until I never faced one either.
Yeah, everyone pretty much skipped her banner. Brunhilde, I will put
You
up in the A tiers.
God tier for the bird. I know she's God
I
tier
said
for the
A
bird.
tier. Green
Yeah,
Gother, I will put right next to Summer Merlin.
is that for
Mm-hmm.
the Cuck team? Blue Hauser,
C tier, he is good for Bond team.
fun
Red
support. That's like
Matrona, I will put right behind
so
Brunhild.
because she's also
She's also
insanely good for
insanely
the
good
bird.
for the deer. Come on. Yes,
Deer and
move
the bird.
Moleskula. I will put Red Hauser.
Hauser.
Why
What
can I
is
not say Slater's name?
First it was Hendrickson, then it was Hater, now it's
All right,
Hauser.
Red Slater. I want to put him with these two, but I can't. So I'll put him at the top of B tier.
He's just
Yeah.
not as good.
Green
Yeah.
King, I will put him at the bottom of A tier because he is
This is
amazing for Green Demon and Gray Demon.
yeah.
Red Demon Meliodas. A very interesting unit. His passive is that when an ally dies, it increases his attack by 50%.
Oh, so if he's the last one on the battlefield, he gets
Uh huh.
150.
I will actually put him right next to Blue Mono. Or not Blue
Oh,
Mono. Where's Red Mono?
so unfortunately, it's just his crit
Oh, crit
chance that
chance.
goes
Okay, I'll
up.
just put him in C tier then. I thought it was attack.
Yeah.
I'll put the Green Deanne there as well because she's kind of bleh.
King of Heart,
Yeah.
she's weird.
Iori, I will put in A tier. He's quite good.
Yeah, especially if you put him with
Yeah.
Kyo or yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Terry S. Terry's so freaking good. I'm so happy that they made Terry
Terry
good.
is very good, especially in the Bond team. He is what makes the Bond team still meta. I am sad I did not get him.
Dude, he's oh, stinky broken.
Miguelda, I will put up with the Bird Trio.
Miguel is another bird unit.
Yeah, those three.
Another Truth Secret.
This man.
Yeah, King. I'd say either top of A or S.
I would have to put him
Top
at
of A
top
or
of
S.
A because like when he first came out, like he while he is
Shattered the meta.
technically one of the top 3 units, he gets so destroyed by Trader.
Like, here's the thing. Even in like geared PvP, like even though he's not a problem because of Trader, he still
I
does a
will
ton
keep
of
him up
damage.
here. Also, Blue Merlin kind of
Yeah,
destroys him.
yeah,
I
that's
have to
also
put her
true.
up here. I wish I got her.
Really,
She does so much damage.
well, I almost lost to a Kyo
I almost
team
lost
with
to a
her
Trader
in it. So
team
yeah,
with her.
yeah.
I don't even remember what this Liz does.
Yeah. Isn't she like a guild boss character? Like
No,
she's
that was
like
the new Alate.
oh, she's time limit dungeon.
I will put her at C tier then because she does have A use.
yeah,
Best unit in the
best unit
game.
in the game.
Do not regret summoning.
Best unit in the
Managed to get him
game.
2-6. All right. For the R and SR units, let's just kind of rapid fire them out.
Annie and Kane's
Kane is
pretty
good for
good for
deathmatch.
Mama. Boom, boom, boom. Doesn't Blue Guild Thunder actually have a
I
really good
forget which one it
passive
is.
for
It's
stance teams?
blue or green.
Increases defense. It increases defense. Let
Yeah,
me
I'm
look
looking
at the
at him
Guild
right
Thunders
now.
really quickly. Stand by. Blue Guild Thunder increases speed, attributes, defense by 60%. A
And
whopping
greens is
60.
increases allies' defense-related stats by 30% in PvP.
So yeah,
Yeah.
green's the one you want to go with. But still, like Guild Thunder, both Guild Thunder's passives are pretty good. Googie's, Goose.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
Red
the
Jericho,
SR
Red Jericho.
Jerichos. Where are the other Jerichos at? Right here. They are very good for backline units because they power up their same attributes.
Oza, Jericho, Hugo, Jillian. You know what I don't get? It's like the Roars of Dawn are like hyped up in the manga to be like replacements for the Seven
Mm-hmm.
Deadly
And they go
Sins.
down so easily. All right, Marmus.
Yeah.
I will
Marmos
put him
indeed.
in C only because of his holy relic. It isn't It isn't an
So put him
SR1,
in
so it's
S
not necessarily whale. What?
S. I'm kidding. I was
No,
saying put him in
I will
S.
do no such thing.
Millie, Ruins, Slater.
He
Really?
has Halloween Slater's effect, so I will put him in C.
Oh, okay. But Twee God, S. Or put him in S.
This guy is good for Pierce. I will put him there.
Right?
Red Elizabeth.
And
I will put in B because she is good for the deer.
when she dies, it's kind of like Fraudrin. Right?
We're trying to get rid of all the SRs.
But
There
there
we
you
go.
go.
Red Gila. She herself is not good, but I won't put her in D tier because she is good for linking with Jericho. Let's just finish off the
Oh, yeah,
Jerichos.
you
Green
had one?
Jericho. She's the only non-B
Okay.
Jericho. She is A
Yeah.
tier. Red
Yeah.
Gother.
I'd go
I'll
S,
put him in
S,
S.
or. Yeah, because the attack seal, I honestly think is worse than
I
the
will put these
dissolve.
four down here.
I
I'm just going
concur.
to organize it a tad bit and just keep all the SSRs together.
I concur. Green Merlin.
She
What about
used to
Green
be
Merlin?
very good,
Oh, you do that.
but I will
Yeah,
put her at the
but
top of
no,
B tier.
Green Bond. Nah. Queen Elizabeth has cleanse and
Yeah.
healing, right?
Red Merlin, I'll put in B because she does have the freeze card, which is fairly decent.
Red Helbram. Red, blue Ellie Hawk.
Yeah, because
B
she,
tier.
if you have a golden one of her buff cards, not only does she cleanse it, she replaces all debuffs on all of your allies with a buff, and she also has amplify, and she's self-sustaining.
Imagine going against the Summer and you whip that out of nowhere.
All right, slime units.
Okay, whoa. Okay, why'd you
Yeah,
put
red.
Rimuru?
Rimuru just
Rimuru?
isn't that good.
I don't have him. I don't have him at all, so let me
It's
look up
Rimuru is
what his kit is.
genderless, so
Increases defense related stats by 8% at the start of the next turn if the hero takes damage.
and has rupture
Okay, inflicts rupture.
and assumes it's stanch that grants debuff
And
immunity for one turn.
so it's SR Bonds buff. Or stance card. That's yeah, yeah. Yeah, that sucks. That fucking sucks. What about I know that guy. I know that other guy.
I don't remember what he does. Hold on. Benimaru, yeah.
Benimaru. Increases damage dealt by 3% per hero skill, limit 10 times. Inflicts weak point, decreases defense related stats, and decreases skill and his old decreases skill ranks and then depletes old move gauge by number of
And
skill
his passive,
ranked.
Indomitable Pride, increases damage dealt by 3% per hero skill, limit 10 times. So increased damage dealt by 30%. I'll put him at C, and I'm actually going to move up Rimuru to C as well. I will tell you why. It's all because of this character, Malim.
Willem?
If Slime collab comes back and Malim does not get a buff to her resistance, I will be so pissed off. Because if she does get a buff to her resistance, she will go straight into S tier.
It's good.
I will put her in B tier for now, though. Like, top of B.
Why was it her resistance?
Because her resistance is absolute garbage. She gets one shot by most things. Alright.
She's got zero crit
Uh huh.
resistance. Yeah. She's got zero regeneration
Yeah, her
too.
defense related stats are garbage, but her as a unit, her attack related stats are so good. Her passive increases her crit damage, and the reason I put Rimuru up here is for link with her because he increases her, or they increase her crit damage, and she also has a spike card. She hits like 200k on a bronze. The team that I run with her is her, Hopper, Red Gother, and then Rem in the back. She hits like a truck. Red Arthur, I will put in B tier.
He's still good.
He
Just
kind of
he's not
got
that good.
overshadowed by,
By
no, not by
Excalibur.
Excalibur, by Margaret.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Galland.
I think Gallon
Yeah, I'll
mid.
put him C. Blue Elizabeth doesn't really have a use. And a Brawler Bond. Green
Yeah.
Eskenor. I'll put in A
Big
tier.
Daddy, yes. I'll show you this Holy
Yeah.
Relic. He made a huge comeback.
Green Deanne, or Green Small Deanne, I will once again put in A tier. She is very good for PvP.
Yeah, actually good support unit. F. Bottom. Crash. Well, what about is
Who?
she also bad?
She's
Halloween
eh.
Gila.
Doesn't really have a use.
Eh.
Blue Lilia, she has made a comeback. I will put her in B. Yeah, Red
Piercing.
Monspee, trash. I will put him, Blue Demon Melly, in C. Death Pierce, I will put towards the top of B. Solely
Solely
because of his
because of his
passive.
passive. Just
Uh huh.
rapid firing now.
She has kind of
Green
made a comeback. I
Valentia's.
am going to put her in the top of B. Red
Um,
Deldry.
what's funny? If you ran Red Daldry back when King was dominating, um, you would fuck the entire team if
Uh huh.
RNG was on your side. I found that hilarious.
So yeah, I put Blue Nunchuck Bond up here because he's good for Red Demon, and I put her down here because she's good for Guild Boss. Green Counter Meliodas. Whenever a new unit comes out, people just do videos on like completely destroying the new unit with him. I will put him up there. He's very good paired with Red Melascula.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't even know what
because
Blue Guild Thunder does because no one has him.
it's like, isn't it like I don't get why they do the freaking PvP exclusive units because
Yeah, there
it's
is
freaking
technically one
dumb.
unit that's not on here. The PvP exclusive Hellbrum.
Oh, there's another
Mm-hmm.
PvP
All right,
exclusive.
so this guy
Is he even good?
he has Goddess Liz's stun and he has detonate, and his ult is rupture. His passive increases his damage by the value equal to 50% of other allies' crit resistance at the start of the battle. I'll put him at C. The new Alate,
A lot.
the new Coffee Angel, because latte. Green Mono, I will once again put with blue. Red Easton, I'll actually
What's
put in
green one even
A.
do?
Her whole thing is once again with the different having a bunch of catastrophes on your team. Now for the other newbies. I
That's
will actually
too
put her in A tier,
ready because the
and I will
whole
put her
debuff counter
in
and
B tier because she's actually shown to be quite good for like assault melee support, and if she has a ton of
well
life
after
steal, you
Molly.
hit super hard with her on your team. But yeah,
Excuse me.
So let's just do this for S and A tier, nothing below. Would you want to reorder these in any manner?
Well, Trader Melly's gonna stay where he is,
These three
obviously.
here are the
But
best units in the game. These three are
yeah,
the best support units in the game. And other.
I
Alright.
think that's good.
Yeah, I think this is pretty much good as well.
Astros is gonna be higher, bro. You are
I
not
will
doing
put
him
Velasquilla
justice.
behind him.
We're not doing him justice. You put Green Roxy above Esterosa.
And I'm gonna have to put Derriere above him. It's Derriere. I'll
What?
have to put Red Shin. Red Shin is up here.
Not big cap.
Alright.
This is gonna keep going over. Okay, maybe I'll put this unit
You
above
know
Astros. Okay,
what?
what
You
about
know
this? I don't
what?
know what
Alright. For real though, this is the tier list.
Yep,
Alright. Yeah.
I agree.
So I'm excited to see what other units come out, if there's actually going to be a counter for this guy, or if he's going to end up being like the one where he just doesn't really receive a counter. He just kind of slowly drifts off. But yeah, I think.
This
Yep.
is hopeless. Honestly, the unit I'm most excited for, see what they're
Yeah,
gonna give us, is gonna be
Mael
Mael.
is the unit that pretty much everyone's waiting for. But yes, this is the.
I hope, however, I hope the first light unit though is Elizabeth fully because I need more
Same.
time.
But so yes, this is the official Wiggler Nation Grand Cross tier list. Coming from the top two of the Wiggler Nation. Thank you so much for watching.
So,
I will see you in the next video. If this video gets 10 likes, I will do Grand Cross videos, probably death matches, once again with Warrior. Thank you all so much for... Huh?
shameless, other shameless channel plug. I'm also here on
Yes,
YouTube,
go
so
subscribe to Warrior.
yeah.
Um, follow me on Twitch, once again, Wiggler Wizard. So follow my buddy T-Bone on Twitch. That's T-Bone0604_2. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.